And Bancroft and what's his name? Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks? Uh-huh.
I don't know. Billy. The one that does all the
Billy Idol? Billy Joel? Billy Holiday?
Crystal.
Billy Crystal, thank you.
Oh, that Billy.
Listen, Cooley, he used to sit with his knees up, holding his ankles, waiting for his pizzas. And I remember he wrote all the signatures they signed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I remembered on the pie plates. I don't know what happened to all those signatures. I wanted to use that as a cover of my book because they wrote all these nice things. I thought about
cool.
the guy that writes the best little meat and them big balls in town.
Uh-huh.
He actually wrote that to my brother Mikey at Maria's, to Maria and Mikey. Anyway, Billy Crystal wrote, "It's just like being home." Like in Brooklyn, he grew up in Brooklyn with musicians. His father was a musician. He's a great guy. I like him. I love him. I watch him all the time. I feel like I know him well,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure he'll remember me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and the thing about Tony Curtis, belated Tony Curtis, who just passed, I went to see him. He was appearing in this restaurant, Melvin's in Palm Springs, and you bought a reservation, and you would talk to him. And I couldn't wait to tell him because we had so many laughs together. He had actually a charge account with me, and I remember the first time I seen Anthony Curtis. I said, "Anthony Curtis, I wonder if that's Tony Curtis." Sure enough, it was.
Wow.
He was married to that girl, Leslie, at the time. And they had the two sons, Nicholas and Benjamin. One of those kids died. He'd come, one on his arm, one on his hand. And then he'd come, and always in the back room, I'd be sitting at a big desk making orders, making all the orders, the grocery orders and the meat orders. I took care of all that except the money. I never took care of the money. My mistake. But anyway, he'd come in the back room when I made meatball sandwiches. That's why where I started Maria's Kitchen. I started with ratatouille, and then being we made the sausage and meat, my brother Mikey brought me in the frying pan, and I was frying the meatballs and the sausage that we made, and I had slow cooker, and I seen red packed tomatoes was a good tomato everybody used home, and you mix it with a can of this, a good can of Italian tomatoes, and a can of red pack tomatoes or even puree. But I fried the tomatoes and mashed them myself. They were in puree, and that made a good pot of sauce. So I'm reading on the book, it said red pack tomatoes in the number 10 cans, now the restaurant book, it said with basil. I said, shit, I never seen basil unless it's an Italian thing. Here, see it says here with basil leaf? But that's imported from Italy. So I said, red pack tomatoes with basil, I got to order that. Well, I tell you, when I opened that up, it smelled when it just went in the thing. You didn't have to put the garlic and oil and onion. It was delicious the way it was. I did put a little onion and garlic, a little drop of oil. And I heated that up, and I made the meatballs and sausage fried and put them in there. And I bought the hero bread because the only sandwiches I started out with was pizza bread. Because the Syrian guy would come with the pizza bread, and we sold it on the counter. 6 of this and 6 of that. That's, impulse right on the counter. We had 2 checkout counters. So now I had to order the hero rolls to make meatball and sausage sandwiches. And I put hero sandwiches in this. Linda Kastner was my customer. I did a big party for her. James Garner was there too. He don't eat garlic. But anyway, I remember, don't know garlic for him. We did a Mexican food party for her. Well, she come in, she said, what's a hero? What's a meatball hero? I said, it's a meatball sandwich. She said, a what? A meatball sandwich? In other words, these people thought maybe you eat spaghetti and meatballs, but how do you eat a meatball sandwich? And to me, growing up in Hoboken, the saloons used to sell meatball sandwiches. Well, even in high school, we go and buy them. They didn't make the meatball sandwiches. The sausage sandwiches came from my friend that I went to school with. His father had a clam store, and he made sausage and pepper sandwiches with the onions. Also delicious. These are the Hoboken sandwiches.
And you guys make those?
Plus, Fiore is the deli that people come from far and near. When they move out of Hoboken, they all go to Fiore for their good cold cuts. and he made the mozzarella. He stretched the mozzarella, and I watched him do this one time, and I said to the father, who died a long time ago, I said, you got to come to California. You got to do this in front of the people, not in the back room.
Yeah.
You got to show the people. It was just a storefront
Right.
with a little store, packed.
Uh-huh.
A
Wow.
real Italian import store.
Uh-huh.
Oh, beautiful store. Still, and high end. They high prices.
But you guys make those sandwiches, right?
Yeah, but we go there now for the cold cut sandwich.
Uh-huh.
But now all the delis and grocery stores in Hoboken sell good sandwiches.
Uh-huh.
But Fiore is still
Uh-huh.
with a little small bread. They call it filone.
Uh-huh.
It's a very skinny loaf, smaller than a baguette.
Uh-huh.
Filone,
Uh-huh.
a filone. It's about this big. They give you half a sandwich, about $8-9.
Oh,
But
wow.
they put prosciutto.
Oh, yummy. It's probably
and
awesome.
Italian cheese. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's cool.